One schoolgirl, Elizabeth Eckford, was threatened by an angry mob chanting, "Lynch her, lynch her."
In the United States, Black history is our nation's history.
I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted.
Leadership, selflessness, the goal of a better tomorrow.
In the good old days, this doesn't happen because they used to treat them very, very rough. And when they protested once, they would not do it again so easily.
The turmoil our fellow Americans endured just for being not white.
We are oppressed. We are exploited. We are downtrodden. We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
From the revolutionaries.
From about 1525 to 1866, 12.5 million Africans were taken from their homeland and forcibly transported across the Atlantic.
To the enslaved.
Over 600 million, or just about half of the country's economic activity in 1836 came directly or indirectly from cotton.
The United States benefited from this free labor.
That is the story of this country.
Doctors relied on slave owners for financial stability.
Black people were used as test dummies for breakthroughs in the medical profession.
I wake up every morning in a house that was built by slaves.
Yep, that's true too. As the Root notes via the White House Historical Association, planners turned to Black people to build the White House, the Capitol, and other government buildings for free, of course. How ironic that a white terroristic mob destroyed the Capitol building and tried to execute government officials. How does one's mind not immediately go back to Tulsa, where Black Americans, yet again, built from the ground up, only to have it be burnt down by, again, a white terroristic mob? So when I saw a school in northern Utah were allowing their students to opt out of a Black History Month curriculum, I was taken aback, but not surprised. NBA superstar Donovan Mitchell, who has kept his Twitter avatar as Breonna Taylor, wrote, "I don't know where to start. Racism is taught, and the fact that kids are being told by their own parents to not learn about Black history and Black excellence is sickening and sad, and this is just part of the problem. SMH."
The past always has an impact on the future. Those who do not know their past are kind of destined to repeat it.
Exactly, well put. Academy director Mika Hirokawa, who has deleted his Twitter page, sent out a letter explaining families are allowed to exercise their civil rights to not participate in Black History Month at the school, the Standard Examiner reported. Jazz big man Rudy Gobert also chimed in. Meanwhile, kids can't be opted out of the many lies that they are being taught the rest of the year. Now, at this school, only 3 of the 322 students at the academy are Black, and white students make up close to 70% of the school's population, according to Utah Board of Education data. After the backlash, which I credit Mitchell and Gobert amplifying to bring this bigoted circus act to an end, the school and parents have dropped the opt-out request. A local chapter of the NAACP in Utah wrote, "Authentically teaching Black history as American history allows our youth to develop the social and emotional skills necessary to be inclusive of others and cultivates a society in which all individuals have equal rights without discrimination based on race." While this decision was recently reversed, we find its very consideration troubling. Gordon Monson of the Salt Lake Tribune put it quite well. Would permission ever have been granted for students to miss class because parents didn't want their kids subjected to learning about the Liberty Bell, about the rise of democracy, about the Industrial Revolution, about the movement for women's suffrage, about the carnage brought about in the Second World War by the rise to power of Adolf Hitler, about the millions of Jews exterminated by a crazed and cruel Nazi regime?
More importantly, we live in a racist country that hasn't figured it out yet, and it's always important to bring attention to it, even if it angers some people. The point is that you have to keep it in front of everybody's nose so they understand it still hasn't been taken care of and we have a lot of work to do.
Yeah. Once again, jocks are better. Imagine that, an exchange between Popovich and some YouTube moron who's like, identity politics.
I don't want to,
That's called basic history and social awareness there, which is really, not that much to aspire to.
If you'd like to hear more thought-provoking content like TYT Sports on Facebook and to help in my journey to keep media independent, go to tyt.com/Rick.